Thank you for allowing us to provide you with an update. I provided a package to you. I don't have slides, but I thought it might be helpful to just go through a few materials. And the first item for review is the Economic Development Strategic Plan for Talbot County and the towns, an opportunity for alignment. This work was completed by the Economic Development Commission in April of 2013 and submitted to the County Council in May of 2013. While the entire document was not approved by the County Council, 3 recommendations were approved, and we've been working on those since that time. I thought as an update, I'd like to just run a couple of numbers by you because economic development is about measuring how we're doing. The total population in Maryland in 2010 was 5.7 million, and that's grown to 5.9 million. In Talbot County, we had 37,782, and today we have, in 2013, I'm sorry, 37,643. So we've lost a little bit of population. Our total households in 2010 were 15,603. In 2013, they were 16,013. So we gained about 400 households in this time frame, and we have a total of 19,975 units. The discrepancy between the households and the units indicates that there are more units than people actually living full-time in the units that we have.
So we lost a little population, but we gained 400
households. Correct. The households are getting smaller, I'm sure. Our bachelor's degree or more, we were at 30.2%. And now we're at 33.3%, so we are getting smarter. And our average weekly wage has gone from $716 a week to $739 a week. That's another positive indicator. Maryland's median household income was $70,647 in 2010, and in 2013 it rose to $73,538. So that's an increase of approximately $3,000. Our Talbot County median income was $63,017, and it's dropped to $61,579. Our total number of establishments in 2011 was 1,645. In 2013, it's 1,624. We have seen a decline, and the SAGE Policy Group pointed that out to us when they delivered this report. We do think it's stabilized somewhat, but it's something that we should continue to monitor. Our average employment in Talbot County in 2011 was 17,873. At the peak, we were 19,205. And today we're 17,277. So we're losing employment. But of that employment, the public sector has dropped about 400 jobs. So the public sector is at 1,403, and the private sector has gained a couple of jobs. It's at 16,512 in 2013. On balance, though, our labor force is 18,369, which means that we have an influx of about 1,000 people coming to work in Talbot County who are not resident in Talbot County. So that's good that we're attracting workers into our county. The employment change by industry sector remains pretty much consistent with this chart, and as you'll notice, the largest growth sectors are in professional and business services, education and health services. And that, of course, is a direct reflection on our hospital and healthcare service job base in this county. The losers are construction, manufacturing, and the transportation and trades. And, of course, I think construction is starting to see a little bit of a rebound. I'll be interested in the 2015 numbers when we have those. It's a function of census data that's collected. But we continue to have our larger, higher-paying wages being impacted by job loss. So the primary opportunities were pointed out in this report for manufacturing, including segments related to government contracting, the environment, and technology in general. We were to look at maybe ambulatory healthcare services, including office, primary, and specialty practitioners, and home healthcare services. We were to look at management, technical consulting, and corporate back office operations, finance and insurance, and there were opportunities for growth in general aviation at the Easton Airport. The 15 recommendations remain. The previous county council agreed to endorse the top 3, which were business-friendly initiatives, aggressively pursue target industry sectors for retention by creating new resources for economic development, and a more pragmatic approach for the real property tax credit. The remaining recommendations, 3 of which apply directly to Talbot County, and the other 9 are allocated to the towns, but with a county endorsement, they would carry a lot of weight, remain not approved at this point. In order of how they're listed, improving the business-friendly environment, we've had a very cohesive group working on that. It's included the towns and the county. We've established a great working relationship with now Judith Shore, Director of Permits. She met with this group this morning, and the group supported a forum last fall to bring the trades and the construction businesses together. The Director, Shore, is following that work and will be hosting an event on the 26th of this week at 7 a.m. at the Talbot County Community Center. We've also think that Munis has been a big improvement to the county process. The town is working through its accreditation for its permitting. We have Don Richardson at the table. We have Jeff Oxnam from Easton Utilities. Ted Bouts chairs that group. And they're forming a much better communication amongst themselves on the business-friendly environment and what we can do to improve it. The second initiative was to form a work group to work with us as a marketing committee. We had a rather ambitious chairman in Chaim Loran who believed that the test lab markets were a very good fit for us and proceeded to enact that marketing strategy. So the office has been accommodating that. And we have to date called over, we obtained a mailing list to 1,600 test labs. To date, we've made over 800 phone calls. We've identified 40 of those who required extra information, and we have 2 of those as clients who are interested in perhaps looking at lab space in Talbot County. The final agenda item, I'm very, very happy to report that we were able to change legislation with the help of the council and revamp our real property tax credit. We now have that as an incentive tool. We are, as you may recall, previously it was $2.5 million of investment and 25 employees, which we didn't seem to have a lot of projects that fit that criteria. We've revamped it to be $1 million investment and 15 employees, and we think that that's a very realistic incentive and that would be a nice attraction tool, keeping in mind that Talbot County already has the lowest real property tax rate in the state of Maryland. And most of the incentives that that are available to us in our projects come from the state. So we're merely a catalyst in allowing those programs to be represented. And this year we had 2 very successful examples of that with Athena Pharma, which not only provided about $138,000 in grant money to that company, but also prompted the removal of the personal income tax in the town, the personal property tax in the town of Easton, which is a huge benefit to manufacturers. And then most recently, EAG Incorporated was a $200,000 grant for a $6 million expansion with 75 employees. And that required a match from the town and the county, which this council approved. And so we've been able to incent that development in our town. Moving on then, I provided a detailed report of the activity, just some highlights of what we've been working on recently, and it's there for your leisure. We do have quite a lot of activity. We're especially proud of the work at EAG, and they are expecting their corporate board to be here in August, and they're expecting to have their project complete. So we would like to perhaps celebrate that project at that point in time. Trident Aircraft has begun their work with the Naval Academy Powered Flight Program training contract, and they'll be responsible for training over 750 United States Naval Academy midshipmen in Easton Airport over 3 years. So not only does this provide a great revenue enhancement to the town, but we have over 900 Naval Academy personnel at the airport who are visiting Easton and the Eastern Shore. And finally, a project that might not be on your radar, crept up on me rather quickly, is Consul Pharmaceutical. Consul Pharmaceutical has approved $1 million renovation to their facility. They'll be starting on June 25th. They'll be investing that $1 million in 2 weeks. And they will be looking for expanded production capacity and improvements to their interior. So we would dearly love to have the council come for a tour in early August, and I'm working with Jessica Morris to see if we can set that up. So that concludes the director's report. Future opportunities include perhaps the ability to revisit the brownfields legislation adoption, which we brought to you, I believe, last, I'm confused with my fiscal years and calendar years, but it may be a good time to visit that and see if we can get that some kind of approval for that. We have worked with the region. We have a regional publication. I wanted to share this with you. It's 4 counties of Maryland's Eastern Shore. And the Journal Communications out of Tennessee worked with us to put this publication together. They charged us nothing, which was very nice. And we were able to put an ad in with the Easton Airport in the transportation section. Drop your gear and go to work. We're targeting entrepreneurs and young business people and people who have access to the airport and may want to be able to use our airport and then come work in Talbot County. So that's a wonderful accomplishment, and it also shows unity in our region with our adjoining county governments, and we think it's a very positive publication, and we hope to do more with that. And finally, well, there's 2 things left. One, Talbot County Schools has been very busy. I don't know if you've seen this report, but we attended the rollout for their marketing program to enhance the image of Talbot County Public Schools to outsiders coming in. And it's a lovely brochure. We have many of them, but it's called Live, Learn, and Work in Talbot County. It was a great effort. And then we've been directed to work with Cassandra Van Hooser, our tourism director, and she's helping us to put together professional photographs and to update our 2014 economic report. So we will have this ready for you by the end of June, and it will feature all the economic information that I've reviewed with you this evening. We're going to highlight a few of our star companies as perhaps target sectors to attract more businesses in, and it will be a piece that you can use to distribute to talk about Talbot County.